Skyrim. I think everyone knows what Skyrim is at this point. It's Bethesda Softworks' most popular game, and it was released on November 11th, 2011. My first time playing Skyrim was when my neighbor invited me over. She told her son to let me play on his gaming computer, and I played a little bit of World of Warcraft, then he booted up Skyrim. I created my character, asked him which guy's side to pick, went to Riverwood, went to Bleak Falls Barrow, and died to that spider 1,000,000 times. When I finally conquered that spider, I died to a Draugr. At that point, I was finished. I didn't play it again until 2015, that's where I fell in love. But does that mean the game holds up? Was Skyrim really that good? Now, before I get into this game fully, I must go over what I will be doing for this entire series. I did Cyberpunk before, but I wrote this part of the script before I did the Cyberpunk. So every single game I will have a difficulty chart: story, easy, normal, hardcore, veteran, and insanity. I will be playing every game on hardcore or veteran to give myself a challenge without too much of a bias based off of the difficulty, if the game is too hard. This way I can enjoy the game as it is intended, with some trouble. Now, I will not be using any mods unless they're absolutely necessary to fix bugs. I will be playing games with ENB/reshade because that's just how I like to play my games. Skyrim starts off with the character stuck in a cart. The opening is iconic and has been memed to death over the years. On this cart, the character overhears conversations as well as sees people important to the Civil War plotline of the game, something that will be touched on more in depth later. It won't. A guy runs off to die with an arrow in his back. Then you're asked to create your character, horrifying everyone in front of him. The Dragonborn is now set to be executed despite not being on the list. Then a dragon appears. Wonderful timing, because now you're running around like an idiot with your hands behind your back. You have to pick a side that in the end really doesn't matter. Then you fight the opposing side, and whoever you sided with tells you to head off to Riverwood with them to go to Whiterun to warn the Jarl about a dragon. So the Dragonborn heads to Riverwood then. I sprint off like a madman, jumping when I'm out of stamina. I make it to the Riverwood Trader, speed through all the dialogue, also like a madman, then go off to Bleak Falls Barrow, like a madman. I sprint through it like a madman. The spider gave me trouble when I first played it, then I quit on the Draugr, because they too gave me trouble. This time though, the spider did a bit of damage, while the Draugr not so much, until a restless Draugr that I ran away from, then the big boy boss I fought, and won after absorbing the shout power like a What was I on when I wrote this? Then I fast travel back to Riften, give the guy his claw back, then I make my way to Whiterun. I tell the Jarl about the dragon, then go to the wizard, give him the stone because I already had it, then I go fight a dragon. It almost kills me a good few times, but in the end, we win. Then I fast travel to Whiterun, hear the Greybeards call out my name, then tell the Jarl I'm a Dragonborn. He says, "Aight, chief, I'll make you Thane, just please leave me alone." Well, now we have his axe and Lydia the Housecarl with which to run around. She'll be a good long-term companion for the early game. I'm going to keep her the whole game. So I travel to Ivarstead the long way to climb the 7,000 steps. I almost make it, then fall off a cliff. Lydia seems to trail behind me the entire time. She's such a good companion. I finally make it to Ivarstead, talk to Klimek, and then begin to climb those dreaded steps. Well, sadly, Lydia is gone and is no help against the frost troll, so I just run away. Alright, fine. I make it to the top, deposit the food, then skip through the dialogue by just running into him every time he speaks. I learn Whirlwind Sprint, then get assigned to grab the horn of Jurgen Windcaller or some shit. Okay, so I travel the hard way to Morthal, where I fight off Dragonborn cultists. Not today, not this video. I enter Morvath's lair, get BTFO'd by a vampire master because Lydia is of course no help again. Okay, fine. I get to the dungeon, find out that the horn is gone. I travel to Riverwood to talk to Delphine, who tells me she's a blade or something or other. We go to Kyne's Grove, watch as the dragon arises, and then I fight off the dragon rather easily. Then she talks something about diplomatic immunity quest. I put main story on hold for now, then head to Windhelm, talk to Aventus, and then go to Riften via carriage. I get shaken down at the gate, but joke's on them, I gave Lydia all my money. I talk to Brynjolf, who recruits me to steal something and then reverse pickpocket it. I do so. I'm then hired to get protection money. So I threaten Kirava's family, smash a vase, and steal a Debella statue. Now, at the guild. I'm given the glorious Golden Glow job. Not even Vex could crack this gig. Well, and the rookie goes off, smashes his way through with a battle axe, and gets the deed easily. You didn't need finesse, you just needed power. Now I'm off to Whiterun to poison the Hunting Brew meadery's vats. So I travel to the meadery, talk to the guy, then I poison the place, and then vats. After dealing with a crazy person. I'm not exactly sure how the Dragonborn knew which vat to poison, but it doesn't really matter because the captain of the guard samples a mead batch that very clearly did not come from the poisoned vat, as the guy had already had it ready before I even returned into the building. Bro's coming in to taste at night. You didn't, dude. What do you mean?
Well, Senor, now that you've taken care of your little pest,
how is this poisoned? How is this the poisoned vat? How is this the poisoned one?
now.
Yeah, no, this is not a poisoned batch. This is just that bad.
See to it that you
Yeah,
remain in irons for the rest of
that's
your
not even the poisoned batch. It just tasted that bad. I was flabbergasted. There was a symbol on his papers. So it was Galamai or whatever. An Argonian who wants me to grab some brandy for him. I grab it for him, shadow him slowly, then wipe out his entire banditry area to find out someone named Carlia is trying to ruin the guild. I leave the cave, get arrested for a 5 gold bounty for lock picking into here, and then head off. I don't exactly hit the guild right away. I go to the cave with the Alakir, almost die from the dragons, kite them, and then make my way back to the guild. The guild says, I don't know, bro, let's go here in the north. I go here in the north. Okay, now clear a dungeon. I clear the dungeon, get shot by the invisible sniper from RDR2, and then I get stabbed to death. Oopsies, I'm alive. Okay, now I guess it's off to Winterhold, fail the college exams, off to Markarth. I overhear something about bodies being eaten. I plan to investigate. This is one of the first Daedric artifacts that I'm going to collect for the game. My goal is to collect all of them if I can. There might be 1 or 2 that I miss based off of a level requirement or morality, but it's not that big of a deal, honestly. So I pickpocket the key off the guy and gather a massive bounty. And this is going to be a common theme, by the way. I go through the Schwitty dungeon and right to shit. Go back to Carlia. Yippee. I go back to the guild. Nightingales. I don't want to sell my soul to Nocturnal, so fuck you, questline over. I sleep to start the Dark Brotherhood quest. Great. I kill the Khajiit and get to the Sanctuary quickly. There I quickly do the 3 random ass side contracts the game forces you into. I go to Markarth, do the Cinnamine bullshit. A guard still finds me guilty, so I'm furious. I keep on pushing and pushing and pushing, till eventually the Night Mother, bullcrap. I see her dusty old corpse. Cicero is talking to a corpse like a madman. Now, I'm a madman. She's talking to me. Go see Amon Modier. I did not spell that correctly, but Astrid says no, go kill these bounties. I have a bounty in like every fucking hold now. I killed Vittoria Vici with a gargoyle, killed Gaia Smoro, but that was bugged kinda. Anyway, Cicero sliced open the Argonian. Make a beeline to the Jester and slice him open with my Warhammer. I go back to the Sanctuary where I'm told to kill the Gourmet. I kill some Breton, then the Gourmet, hide his body, then go to Castle Dower. I make a decent soup, then blast through enemies. I'm arrested. The NGO. I'm arrested, then go to the Sanctuary to kill the rest of the people there. I contract is still on, so I finally sneak aboard the ship and kill the Emperor brutally. Now I join the companions and just beeline my way through quests that are way too difficult for no reason. This is not fun at all, let me tell you. Anyways, eventually, it's the Wuthrad one. I get locked in a thing, see the man become a werewolf, then get killed. I return the fragments, then end the stream for the night because it's been 2 hours of gruesome, boring quests. So, the companion's questline is completely bugged for some reason. It's been bugged the entire time. Vilcus is stuck in a feedback loop where I had to turn his AI off or he would just keep talking to me. Now, quests are not triggering, or they're not completing properly, and I had to set stage myself to get to the one where I turn into a werewolf. As a werewolf, I kill that annoying Talos guy, Heimsker, that breaks the fourth wall. Then I wake up and slaughter a bunch of Silverhands. I'm so sick and tired of this game getting rid of Lydia, because when I get her back, I have to enable the things I gave to her. Speaking of giving things to her, she keeps using staves, I don't know how you pronounce that word, that I never gave her for some reason. This gets disabled in the unofficial patch later, but it's really weird, really funny, really interesting. I don't know where she even gets them. Anyways, I lose her to fucking Vilcus because Kodlak is dead. More set staging. This quest completes properly. I get Lydia again, then beeline my way through Wuthrad's nonsense and free Kodlak's soul. The companion's questline is over, and still very broken. This questline was boring to me even the first time I played it, and it hasn't really gotten any better. Honestly, one of the weakest spots of the game. Now I have the Mages Guild, Daedric Artifacts, Civil War, and main questlines to get through, because the DLCs will be a whole different shebang. Another tale for another time. Anyways, since I can't get into the Mages Guild for my magic yet, I start banging out Daedric quests. I fast travel to where I know the Shrine of Azura is, and just fiddle around with the mountains for a while before eventually itching the shrine. Itching? Itching the shrine? A dark elf lady wants me to find an elf in Winterhold who knows about the Star of Azura. By Azura, I mean by Azura. I go to see him, then deep dive in some dungeon, find the star, bring it back to him, then he barely keeps my body alive while my soul goes to kill the elf living inside the star. Then it's purified and I have the black star. I put the black star to good use by purchasing the spell book for Soul Trap. This is going to be fun. Now it's time for diplomatic immunity. I meet up with Delphine in Riverwood, who tells me to go to Solitude. I go to Solitude, give the elf my stuff, and then I go to the party. I did the whole Hearthfire crap so I can get the Jarl at my party, but he seems to not be there, so I use the Drunk Man to compensate. And I go to slaughter every elf in the embassy with Wuthrad. Unfortunately, before I gave the elf my stuff, I was wearing 3 pairs of boots. Not anymore. Yeah, that was fun. I learned from a book that Ulfric Stormcloak is indeed a Thalmor asset. Interesting. I rescue Nord, kill the Frostral, and I go back to Delphine. What do I care that an elf got killed? Delphine wants me to go to Riften to get Esbern. So I go to Riften to get Esbern. And I use my soul trap on the elves to capture their souls in the Black Star, which I use to recharge Lydia's sword. I get Esbern, whose room smells of piss and shit.
What do you do to dispose of your shit and piss?
Seriously, how does he get to use the bathroom in here? Anyways, I go back. Well, now I'm pissed. Now I go to the College of Winterhold because screw that. I don't care about Esbern or Arngeir. Then buy the Firebolt spell, then get to the Boring Tor. Now I save and quit the game so I can install the Mantella mod because I want to talk to Lydia without it. Just being her staring blankly at me. So I go to Nexus Mods, install a bunch of mods that the Mantella requires. Good thing I'm already using SKSE anyways. So I booted up to test it out, and the model is bugging out. It sounds like Lydia's having a stroke, talking about having strokes. She thinks she's an LLM, which she is, but she's not the character. And it just stops working on me. I'll come back to it tomorrow. And today it works. Wonderful. Lydia is in character now, too. I ask her whether she wants to do Sarthal first or get married. She picks get married, so we go to get married. I wear the Emperor's robes, and she's in her normal armor. Great. The people who show up to my wedding are Ayla, hey, not bad. Nelikar, I mean, okay, but why? And Athos. So forgettable, I forgot his name and had to look him up when writing the script.
Who the fuck is... What do you mean, Nelikar?
So happy for both of you. Congratulations.
Who is this?
I'm so happy for both of you.
Are these the people that are showing these three sons? I couldn't even get the fucking Dark Brotherhood. I couldn't get the companions. I got 2 companions and fucking Nelikar. I got this guy.
We say our vows, and then I head off to Sarthal with Lydia. We clear it out relatively easy until a Draugr Deathlord halts our progress. He keeps disarming us, and it's pissing me off. I genuinely hate the Draugr's disarm shouts. Because I have to find the thing on the ground, I have to pick it up, and I have to re-favorite it, and I have to hit Q, and then rebind it to my number. I always forget to mod it out, because surely someone had created a mod to stop this. I favorite my items 20 times, and rebind them to the correct keys 20 more times, find the Jlorb, ask Lydia about it, to which she replies, she's seen this before. 11 times, in fact. Won't do any good.
That blue orb. I've seen it before, in the depths of the ancient Nord ruins. Some say it's a relic of great power, a remnant of the Elder Scrolls themselves. I don't know what to make of it, but I do know that it seems to be pulsing with a strange, otherworldly energy.
So I go back to the college, tell the Archmage, to which he has me talk to Urag Crow Shrub, who sends me off to find books. I also ask him about the Elder Scrolls while I'm here. He gets me random books, one from Sextum's Sigma-Is. It reads stupidly. I finished reading it, but my jaw hurt at that point, like it does kind of now. So it's off to get these books. I get the books, I return the books, I get more books, and I think I'm going to talk to Septimus Sigmus and do Blackreach. I'm genuinely having so much fun with the Mantella mod. It's adding a new depth to the playthrough. I always say stupid stuff to Lydia, and the Mantella mod makes it even better. She can finally respond to me. So I go on a journey to find the outpost of the Sigma Miss. Miss entirely, look it up online, find it, then hear the man ramble on. Lydia has a lot to say about the place. I rest up in the college, go to the place that I need to go, speed through it, get into Blackreach, speed through it. The fastest I've ever gone through Blackreach. It was like 10 minutes at most. Like I got in, I shot the bolt thing at a dwarven circle beast thing, and then I just sprinted and rolled it out. And I did nothing else. And, mash buttons again, get the Elder Scroll, and then get back to the college. Now, the thing about the whole mashing buttons is I asked Lydia, I'm like, how do I do this puzzle, Lydia? How do you know? You know how to do this puzzle? She's like, I don't think mashing buttons is going to do it. I think you should take it back and think about it. And I just continue mashing buttons. So, yeah. I talk to Tolfdir at the college about the Jlorb. And the Thalmor Oof says a monk wants to see me. I talk to the monk who says I gotta stop this nonsense. I don't know. He didn't really have anything of importance to say. I come back after a short break to get food and such. Find the Augur of Dunlane, who tells me to get a staff. Savos Aran says, okay, that's interesting. Find the one girl. I ran out of tokens for the day because the voice recognition software is bad and my mic does not help. At least the mic I was playing with. This mic is fine, but the mic I was using to play the game and record the audio of the game was pretty bad. Here, I'll play a sample of it right now.
So this is what the mic sounds like.
No, it's not that bad, but man. Anyways, I go find Mirabelle, who tells me to go to Labyrinthian and gives me a torque. So I go there, and the world shatters around me as my magicka is sucked out of my soul harder than Lydia sucks me. And trust me, she's all teeth. What did I write, man? I go through it. There's so many layers of this dungeon. There's like 3 or 4 of them. I defeat a bony dragon, drink my Estus, and get killed a lot because this is brutal. I eventually reach the Dragon Priest lair. Lair? Took me a second to spell that correctly. I actually have an easy fight against him because he only hits me with Drain Magicka. Loser. Also, later in the game, there's a something similar. The Dragon Priest doesn't hit me at all. I grab the mask and the staff, then go to Whiterun, then make an amulet for Lydia. Well, it was a circlet, but for some reason you can't put Fortify Heavy Armor on it, so instead I use an amulet. Craft a potion of Fortify Enchanting with Muriel's ring. I knew it would come in handy. The game crashed around here, so I have to do it again. First crash of the run, shockingly. So I craft what I need, make what I need, give myself Fortify Heavy Armor on my Steel Greaves, then I ask Lydia about the situation, and she wants me to kill some elves. I go back to the college to kill Ancano. Well, that didn't do great. I died a few times because it takes 30 years for the staff to close the eye, and bro hits like a truck. And with some cheesing of Chillren and a Soul Trap, I do eventually get his ass. Now as Archmage, for some reason, despite just showing up the other day, I go to my quarters. This would be a wonderful place to live if it didn't take 3 loading screens to get here. Who thought of this genius idea? Well, I go to Donthar for the museum, go to Marthal.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. I gotta fart.
Now to get the hilt inside the dude's house, I pickpocket the key off of him, then do the basket trick where I put it over his head. Only time this has ever worked for me. Ever. I borrow his hilt from his chest with it tactically acquired. I go to Mount Kilcreath for Meridia's quest. This quest is notoriously bugged. It bugs out with me on Shadowmere, so I reload, and the game flings us across the map. I found this hilarious. On another reload, I finally get to do it. Since this quest is notoriously bugged, and I hate it, I just TGM TCL through it because it's always bugged for me. I never once played this quest legit all the way through because it just always bugs somewhere, somehow. I get Dawnbreaker, tell the Aelid sympathizer to fuck off, and then I look at the stats. Well, it's better than the Nightingale sword for Lydia. I'll give it to her because I find more use in Chillren's ability. Plus, I don't want to have to recharge Lydia's sword 17 times. I'll do it Saturday night when I have enough tokens again to talk to her about giving her Dawnbreaker. So I do give her Dawnbreaker, then I forget what I did the rest of the time. I know I got the Augmented Finium, and Balgorf said to negotiate peace. I also got the Ebony Blade. I also got the Mace of Molech Nuts. Lydia expresses concern that I'm getting the Daedric artifacts. I did not write the script for that day, so I just kind of forgot what I was doing. On my way to negotiate peace, I step on a Greybeard's head like a Goku on Nappa. I kick the Thalmor bitch out of the negotiating room. I negotiate peace by giving Riften for Markarth. Tullius is pissed for some reason. Like, it's a city for a city. Come on, man. Then I let them have the money. Now I travel way too long to the Shrine of Periate to start this quest. I already have the ingredients on me, quote unquote, and inhale is green smoke deep. In a chronic buzz, he tells me to kill an elf. Don't have to ask me twice. I travel to the dungeon, and oh my goodness, it's like 50 layers deep. 20,000 load areas. I finally get to him, then kill him. After he's dead, I travel back, get the shield, and travel to Falkreath. I talk to Sinding, who gives me a ring. I'm not sure why it equipped, but okay. I then track down the beast. But bandits attack me and make me lose my prey. I kill them, then go back to the beast. My game crashes. Lovely. Second crash of the run. I finish the hunt, save Sinding, then I go where Barbass is talking. Annoying dog. Where he wants me to go. Speaking of this stupid dog, why do all the dogs in this game look like that? It's ugly. And they bark too often. This guy speaks. I go to the shrine, wonder why anyone makes deals with Clevicus Vile. Grab the axe, give it back, although I should have killed the dog to keep the danger weak. Oh well, I have a new piece of armor. Now I head over to the one orc stronghold, slay giants, get Malakat's boon, and I painstakingly follow this dark elf to the Temple of Vermina. Then I kill him for A, wasting my time, and B, being an elf. Then I do Shirgareth's thing with ease, as I remember exactly how to do it. Now, there's only the Civil War and the main quest to go. I'm so glad I'm almost done. Then, I go to Castle Dower, speak to Tullius. I join the Legion because it's genuinely the only way to actually defeat the Thalmor. I do not care. I grab the Jeweled Crown or whatever, give it to Tullius, go to Whiterun, and trap Odahviing because I can't talk to him about the Civil War for some reason. So, we'll do that in our Dawnguard video. I travel to Skuldafn, enter Sovngarde, scream at the sky, and finally defeat the World Eater once and for all. I listen to Ogmund sing Tale of the Tongues, then walk to Breezeholm to retire with my wife and housecarl Lydia. For now. Skyrim's legacy is that of one of the biggest pieces of media ever. From memes to culture, I can't tell you anyone who hasn't at least heard of this game. In terms of gameplay, Skyrim is varied, but it does leave a lot to be desired. If you're doing melee combat, unless you have a shield or a spell, it's kind of boring. There's no dodging, you just swing, and I mean, you could block with it, but I don't know. I feel like everyone just defaults to Stealth Archer because it genuinely is just overpowered, and it's fun, and it prolongs the game in a certain way. There are also racial abilities that I don't think anyone really utilizes, at least a normal person. Combat could use some sprucing up, and a lot of the dungeons are infuriating, especially if there are more than 2 levels to them. But overall, the gameplay in Skyrim is great for just shutting your brain off and playing. If you want to just, have something to enjoy without thinking too hard. Another thing I do want to point out is Skyrim's modding scene. For better or for worse, especially for the modding scene and Bethesda's future titles. Skyrim is by far the most modded game of all time, right up there with Minecraft. Minecraft might have more, but it's really close. I'm not sure. And no, I'm not counting Gary's mod. I don't think it counts, because that's a completely different ball game. You can make Skyrim a completely different game with mods, and there are some amazing, massive size mods of the likes of DLC or even the size of the base game. I'm thinking Helgen Reborn, Moonpath to Elsewhere, just at the top of my head. Bruma, the one Reach questline that's like trippy and I don't know. There's the Shezareen, the Shire. There's a completely different game. I don't know what it's called, but it's a completely different game that is Skyrim. Skyrim's engine is just a completely different game in Skyrim. So, yeah, it's genuinely impressive. The worst part is there's 3 main versions split. Old Rim, Special Edition, and Anniversary Edition. Somehow aren't compatible with each other, which is insane to me. I have a downgraded Special Edition version and refuse to upgrade. Because I like my mods, man. The atmosphere of the game is incredible. The music is outstanding. Alright, I think everybody loves Secunda. It gives you this sense of melancholic nostalgia. It's amazing. And, if you go around the map, you take your time. Alright, off the top of my head. The Reach, mountainous, green, kind of lush. Valkyrie, rainy, beautiful. Alright, it's forested, Whiterun. There's a mod to make it better with forest and stuff, but Whiterun isn't very great. Solitude, mountains, snowy mountains. I don't like this part of the game. Morthal and Dawnstar and Winterhold. They're in that one area with Winterhold and stuff. There are these glaciers and it's empty, and that's something the game is just great with. These empty spots. Nothing of note. And I love them so much. And I love just being in them. The problem is they will force encounters on you, and it's always so dumb. It's always a wolf or something. And I don't like the random
battle encounters in the game. But yeah, I like the Rift, the Autumn. I think that's my favorite. The autumnal forests. We're not going to talk about the geysers. I don't like those. So, was Skyrim a good game? Does it live up to its hype? Does Skyrim belong in the Gaming Hall of Fame? Absolutely. There are certain frustrating parts or boring parts, but the game is just absolutely incredible. Especially early game when you're just hopping around. This game is more than just good. It's a masterpiece. It might be not the greatest game of all time, but it's certainly up there as one of the best games in gaming history. So yeah, Skyrim was in fact a good game. But were the DLCs any good?